Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Global Channeling Practice. It is December 27th, 2023, and we're going to get started with some light language. And I believe David is going first.
Where'd you get that idea?
I don't know.
I know where the idea came
Psychic.
from.
Must be psychic. That's what it is. All right, so I'm gonna connect. I want to connect with the Sphinx, the galactics, universal energies. Look deep within Tarukus Tarasha. Nikikia Mahashukura. You are real. Your wisdom is Herusarasha. Netarasha Kikia Mahania Tola Kania Tarashinji Waramakewe. You think this is your first time? Toroshukura Kai. You better wake up. Parasahanie. Ukora Nafatiki Kia. Mahatura. Where's your intuition from? Resonating, knowing things. Tarasha Ni. Shukura Mahatia Wahalo Ukura Naha. Shazulaha. Etalanzea Maharukunzora. Nihatara. You must believe it so it can be. Tarashitsukur Sanza. Nekurkanjiki. Energies transitioning Taramjukur Mahani Karaniewa from the thoughts to the heart. The higher frequency vibration to create Karasha. Nekerasha. Nela Orokaina Hama Ashishiwa Anye. We're with you, calling us. Peace, love, blessings.
Namaste. That's a different one.
You had a translation?
Okay, let me see. Beings of light, you are purging in your last ascension symptoms on this year to be ready for this a new frequency that's coming in new year. And just be ready for a good frequency and have fun and enjoy.
Woohoo!
What the heck?
Yeah, purging those old frequencies and getting ready for those new frequencies of the new year. All right, I'll go. I'll do some light language. Because I can hear them like buzzing around my head. And the pressure around my head and my crown on the side of my head. We are here, we are here, we are here. Kunyata inyuru kuuru tuyana mahai nutu kuhiana mara ki ushuira makaira nara kahiu tutuyara mara ki unyuru tush Hana ritutuyana mai tetikiana purunyara pakai tetutuyana maha ea tutuyana maha kahin nu kuhuru nyuru tuhish kriana pae toyaranya tikohira kana irutuhuru nyara pae kutuhira nieturu tutuhiarana hianyot shi uhunya shishishuanama hianara tahia tatuhiana iki tatuhiarama pae tatuyaka Shuknuhira mara takahira na toira nara takae tera mahoya kae tera nahatae oya namae ata. We are the elders, the Sirian elders. We bring you peace. We offer you joy, love, and light. But it is up to you to open your heart and accept it. It is up to you to choose the joy, to choose the light, to choose the love. It is up to you to let go of the fear, to go into the deeper dive, the depths of the soul, the fears that one is afraid to review and often choose not to. But it is in the choice of not reviewing that the lack of understanding is not fulfilled. When you take these deeper choices of viewing the shadow self, this is your opportunity to address the old fears, the old lives, the old lies that were told to you, that were given to you in various forms or another. It is in your understanding of Atlantean times, Lemurian times, the land of Mu, the age of the dinosaurs, the building of the Sphinx. It is in these times, it's in these memories that your memories are held. But to get to them, you must go through the fear of the heart. And so it is in the purging that many of you in this group are experiencing, but probably others, if you are listening to this, have also experienced this end of your purging, the unexpected illness, that shows up in one form or another with the typical ascension symptoms: headaches, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, a sense of off balance, a sense of sadness, crying out, bringing the release that is needed at this time, so that you and your auric field may be risen to a higher vibration, that next level that you've been asking for, while still maintaining and staying within your own physical bodies. We are here to support you, to love you, to guide you. And you know this. Your intuition tells you so. The glimpse that you have out of the corner of your eye, that you shoo off as, I just made that up. That was just a shadow. I didn't really see that. It's just the sunlight playing on the movement of the tree outside. When in fact you are glimpsing higher realities, within your own reality as these convergences begin to come together. And so you are safe for the examination of the deeper dive. Continue to love yourself. Continue to know that you are worthy. And be in your joy, be in your light. Find your daily ultimate happiness. Even if it is the happiness of the purging.
Are you serious?
Yes, we see and hear your humor.
Mhm.
Yes, yes, we are. Many blessings to you. And we shall send you all an activation. You may set your intention for where you want this activation to go, what you feel that you need most assistance with. And it is done, it is done, it is done. So mote it be, so mote it be, so mote it be.
Ikia toto ya ita ya kutsi ya kuta ya iti ya kuta ya si to kuta ya to kuta ya ita to kutu ya tia utsa kaya ta ya iti do ya iki ya suku a kita tia iti to kutu ya suku ya ta ya ku hasi ya kutu ya tia ya kuta ya si kita ya te kuta ya ta ya te kuta ya si kaya ta ya to ya tia ya kutu a ya si kia tu ya si ya que te kaya tu hai si kia tu tu ya si te kaya ti ya o se kaya tu tu ya si te ya kia te ya tu ya si ya si kia tu kuta ya i te ya kuta ya si kia ti ya tu ko da ti da ya si ki te ko ta ya te ya i tu tu ya si ko tu te ya ti ko te ya te ya su ya ti ya te kia tu ya zia duku ta ya si te kaya ti te ya di ko tu ka ya si ke tu ka ya ti ha si ya ki a skete ya tu a si ya ka ya ta ya tu a di ya si we are the serpents of Sirius tu ko ya si ko tu a ya ti ha si a o te ya ko te si ka ya tu ya Yes, ya to ya kuta ya si kaya to ya tu ya kaya kuta ya si ya sikita ya te ya ku ya te ya si kaya to ya ya si kaya su to ya this is our first time amongst you. Si ya kia tu ya suko ya zia ya tuku ya si kia tuku ya in our first contact with this dear one. See, yeah, see, yeah, Koto, even though she is one amongst us, they took kaya te ai o asiki te ani o kute te ai atiti. I see okay, yeah, suko ya yi. Yeah, see, yeah, see, it's cool. We are some of the original crater beings on your planet. See, yeah, kitanya ya suko. Yeah, see, see, kiati, not the same as the Anunnaki. See, kuta ya, see, tukuta ya, kia do. Gazia ya siaki tia ya suki usia ya suki tukotia but cousins of a sort. Sia ya kietu ko da ya si kita yo ko tia tukotia ya si. Hai sia yo ya si tia yo ko tia sia yo tu ya we lived amongst many of her cultures sia kia in the Far East. Tia yo to tia ya tia ko tu tia ya si kia tu ya. Yes, yeah, kayete ya kuto ya hiete ya 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 siti. Yes, yeah, ya ti, and you will continue to learn more about us. Yeah, kayutu ya yete ya kuto yes, yeah, kete ya te te to go. Hazia ya kiatu ya here, sia ya ki.
Yes, yeah, we are connected to your energies of transformation. Yeah, yokotai. Yes, yeah, kukuotai, and can be of assistance to you. See, yeah, kia tia tu. Yes, yeah, see, as you continue on your path to the higher realms. In your evolution of consciousness. You will continue to rise. Your future is bright. In this coming year. Yeah, so see, too, we wish to extend our energies to you. To lighten your load. In the chaotic times that you face. You are well protected. There are no threats for you. Just greater expansion. You will easily rise above any challenges. As you believe in your own power. Hazi kia oto ahi te aia ki te kota ya siki ya ya toto ya ki ya zia ya koto ya I sikaya tia ya sukota ya hia kia sia kia goto ya si kia sia ti tia ya tu tia ya kia ya tia toto ya. Seeing if there's anything else.
Are the serpents of Sirius related to the dragon energy at all?
We are brothers from a different mother.
And did these brothers also assist in creating Earth, the original creator beings?
The dragons were amongst us, working beside us. With their alchemical magic. Their creative abilities are strong. There were many during those times contributing to your DNA structure.
Do the rest of us that are on this call have that relationship to the serpents of Sirius at all?
Yes, many of you do.
And do the serpents, are they more like the Chinese dragon where they don't have wings and they have a tail and fly? I don't know, I'm asking.
There were flying serpents amongst us, but yes, many of your drawings of your dragons without wings that look more serpent-like were from our kind, from our species at that time.
I see. And are you also responsible for the Caduceus for Archangel Raphael and also for Kundalini energy within the human bodies?
Yes, the caduceus energy is associated with us. That matches the Kundalini energy within your bodily structures. So yes, we did have some influences, but we cannot take all of the credit. There were some Anunnaki influences at that time, as well as other species that wanted to be involved in this playground of experimentation, of creation, and this
And
expression
so
of free will on your planet.
within the expression of free will and creation for this planet, is that mostly done telepathically? Or do serpents have like hands and feet and they manipulated that way as well? Or created, I shouldn't say manipulated, created.
Some of us had hands and feet, but we were able to be mobile through our telepathy, through our mental powers that could be directed to move us from one place to another, to lift objects, to create things in our reality, that we knew how to harness these universal forces, these laws upon your plane of existence, through our great mental acumen. And that we didn't need large appendages as you have them to physically manipulate our reality.
I see. And do the serpents also have colors similar to how the dragons have colors?
Yes, we can be in all colors of the rainbow in our appearance. Those of Sirius were mainly blue and green, with some red. Were our primary colors, and a little bit of gold for accent. We are in the 6th dimension, so we have some physicality to our countenance, but we are mostly take on a lighter energetic form.
I see. And so is the majority of the energy now from the serpents of Sirius positive and within, you know, higher vibrations within the light?
Yes, we are a positive species that we wish to assist with the transformation of consciousness on your planet, to provide what we know from a higher perspective about the laws of creation that make up your world as you know it, or how you are manifesting what you experience from moment to moment, whether consciously or unconsciously.
I see. May I ask a couple physical questions of what I've been going through? Is that something you can respond
Yes.
to? Okay. So I get the sense that this purging that all of a sudden showed up yesterday, and then the energies of kind of that dizziness, needing to lay down. And then also not really ringing in my ears, but like almost like being in a plane and your ear goes out and then you're just hearing kind of this humming in the background. Is that all part of that purging process for these new energies coming in for next year?
It is partly purging, but is also integration of these energies within your physical construct and anchoring them into your geographical area and holding the space for them so that others may connect with these energies as well through you as the conduit.
And is that the reason that I'm traveling to Arizona?
Yes, you are to bring these energies to that location in your, or locations in your travels, as well as future travels, that you are the transformer, are you not?
Yes, that I am.
My name is
Maybe.
Marduk.
Oh, hi. I'm David.
Can you repeat that, the name, please?
Marduk,
Marduk.
Marduk would be the
Thank
closest
you.
approximation to your language.
Any messages or for me, or pass a message for a friend of mine who worked with some dragons that were, I guess, trapped in a cave, and she helped release them. For Wilma. So either or, any most beneficial, highest good in this current now.
So you're looking for a message from them?
I mean, any message that you might want to bring forth about them, about maybe
Okay.
anything that they had said about being released, or anything that they want to share, or any message that you may have for me, if you see anything that you want to share for me that might be important.
All right. Well, first I will see if I can connect with this dragon clan for Wilma. These earth dragons that exist within the mountains in her region expressed their deepest gratitude to her for her assistance, for they were feeling trapped in the heavy energies of past traumas in the land to the Aboriginal people during ancient times, not those that are recent, but that they are connected to this energy of the land, and that she was able to assist in the releasement of these ancient energies, the transformation of them, so that it lightens the energy of that region, that she was able to bring the love vibration through the energy that she holds to this place once she chose to move there, that she is holding the energetic space for all beings, for all inhabitants of that region, for her energy is immense, much greater than she is aware of, as far as what she is able to hold and extend outwards just by her mere presence. And that her work is just by being herself, just by being present and being, as you like to call, the beacon of light for others, in holding space, energetic space, for where you each are called to live, for you all do this in your own way, whether you are aware of this or not. You are holding this energetic space for Creator on the planet by being in a geographical location that you are called to reside in. This group of earth dragons that work in conjunction with the mountains, with the rocks, with this slower energy of these beings, of this consciousness, of the mountain and rock people, that they work in a form of symbiotic relationship in supporting one another. And now they are able to have a greater flow to the energies of place in which they reside, that there is no longer this heavy density, this blockage of energies caused by past traumas, that this has been cleared now and released, and that Wilma assisted with this valuable work
Beautiful.
through her powerful vibration that she holds.
That is wonderful. Thank you.
You are welcome. And for you, David, you have progressed farther upon your path. Continue to trust yourself, trust your abilities to create the reality that you wish, and continue to persevere in expressing your creativity, your joy, your passions in life. Believe that you are able to manifest what you wish, but first you must believe in your ability to create as a powerful creator, as the spark of the divine, as one with the all that is, that you are never separate from this great power that you hold, that you all hold as human beings, that you are honored throughout your galaxy, throughout the omniverse, as powerful creators, and that in this world of illusion you create your own heaven or hell, as you would like to call it, through your thought forms, through your beliefs, through your own actions, and that you can change these things from moment to moment, that every moment is a new creation. Every moment you are tapping into different planes of existence based on your vibration that you hold, based on your actions, based on your thoughts, based on your beliefs. That be aware of where you are putting your focus. For if you are focusing on your current reality, and if there is something you do not like, then shift your focus away from this thing that's already been created and move your energies in a different, more positive direction for you. Ask yourself, what would I like to create today? What would I like to see in my reality? And then claim it and state it to the universe. Put in your order of what you wish, stating your intentions of what you want to see in your reality, and then believe in it. Believe that it is yours, and do not doubt it. Do not doubt that in some reality it already exists. You just need to vibrationally align yourself to it, that it is all within your own power to do so.
Just jump on the train.
Yes.
Get right there.
Use your imagination to visualize what it is that you wish to see. First, you must create it within you to eventually see it outside of yourself.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
You are welcome.
Good. Do you have advice for Joan and for Susan in that same manner, and then myself for 2024?
Let's see. Joan, you are just seeing the tip of the iceberg. You are just seeing the tip of all that you are capable of in your self-expression in the world. So continue to explore this, continue to expand upon it, continue to imagine, as I've mentioned to David, that all the possibilities that exist for you. Continue to follow what you're passionate about, what brings you joy, what brings happiness in your reality. Continue to tap into the magic that is you, and that continue to ride this wave of amazing self-discovery that you are on, and be open to whatever possibilities cross your path, and know that you are the one who attracted it to yourself, that you brought it into your existence, like a moth to a flame.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Just be aware of your attraction point.
Thank you.
You are welcome. And then, dear Wendy, you, as this one has also been informed, will be involved in public speaking engagements for others that are interested in what you are willing to share. This will go along with your written word, whether it be in books or articles, other written forms of expression about sharing what you both have experienced, sharing your knowledge of reality, of manifestation, or whatever topic that you feel passionate about, that as others are brought into your path, know that they are there for a purpose, that they are drawing you step by step into greater contact with don't want to say outside communities, but communities that you are connected with that you do not realize at this point, but that you will become more connected with communities of individuals that share a like vibration and thought process, that are ready to hear what you have to say, that are open and awakening and seeking this greater knowledge that you have within you to share. And you will also awaken to other multidimensional aspects that you hold, other parallel realities, other knowledge from your higher self that will flow more into your consciousness so that you may share it. And this is part of this light expansion that you are feeling now, that you need to purge what is of the old paradigm in order to hold what is new, to make space for it. For the old can no longer reside within your being as you expand your consciousness. That be focused on letting whatever is no longer for you to flow through you, to be released, and let it go with love, with forgiveness, and ask for assistance in this as needed. But this is part of this greater expansion that you are all going through in the coming year, to be more in the public eye, to be more expressive of your true selves, and to not let anything hold you back, not limit yourself in any way. Just let the flow of your creative essence to flow from you like a fountain of light, of consciousness, of truest essence from source. Let it well up from within you and shower upon all that you meet. Envision like a sparkler of light shooting out in all directions. That when you hold a sparkler in your hand and you watch its vibrance, its vitality, its exuberance, and its expression, that this is how you shall be. That there is no that there doesn't need to be a rhyme or reason or definition for who you are. It is just being who you are and letting your light fall where it may. Let it expand outwards and touch all that you are drawn to, all experiences, all people that come within your awareness, that are drawn to your light, that you are the spark of the divine, shooting out in every direction in your exuberance, in your love of life, and that many will be in awe that you are able to express yourselves without fear of repercussions, fear of what others may think, for you have overcome these fears, that you have tapped into the magic of creation, to the synchronicities that come into your lives based on the energy that you hold, and you just enjoy the wonder of it. Be like a child in wonder of playing with a new toy and seeing all that you can construct with it. This energy of creation that you have learned how to wield to manifest all these beautiful things in your lives, beautiful travels, beautiful connections with others, the true magic of life. You have experienced this, and this will continue to grow, that as you let all pretenses fall away from you and you just shine outwards and just be centered within the light of the sun within your manifest being, shining outwards, that this is just beginning to dawn within you. That envision a sun rising, the sunrise, bathing its light upon all that it touches. That this is you, that you are this sun, this light, showering your countenance upon all, bathing all with your light. Continue to follow your joy, the peace and harmony within your lives, the excitement, the passion, whatever that puts you in that playful, childlike state of mind. For you are all God's children, playing in the sandbox, enjoying your experience, learning from your experiences, adding to the knowledge that you are gleaning from these experiences. That is why you're here. It is all only experience. It is neither good nor bad. It is all whatever meaning that you ascribe to it is what is important. So continue to play, my children, and celebrate your lives. That is all.
Thank you. That's beautiful guidance for us. We appreciate your input. I don't know if there's any more questions.
If not, I will go.
You know what? I do have one. I don't know if it pertains, but it's on. I was sitting kind of quietly and I heard Shenandoah Diva, but maybe Dega was Daya or Deva. Is that a being or a goddess, or can you give me any additional insight on that? I know it's related to Ireland.
Okay, one moment. I'm getting that she is a water sprite, and that she is a deva of sorts, more of a higher level being overseeing the space, the region. I'm seeing
So do I continue to connect with her in Ireland, or have I brought her energy here with me?
you can connect with her anywhere you wish, that she is not limited to a particular physical location, even though
Okay.
she oversees an area of Ireland. I'm trying to tap into what water source she is connected to.
Was it with the Loch Ness? Scotland? Maybe it's not Ireland, but Scotland.
No, I'm getting the Hill of Tara in that region.
Oh,
That is more, there's a natural spring there, or springs in that area that she is connected to, that she protects these natural water sources that come from the earth, that spring forth from the earth uninhibited, that she tries to protect the region from human interference to these water sources, for they are sacred parts of the landscape, and that there are other water beings, water sprites, dryads, that are assisting in this work to keep this balance between the earth and the water in that region, to keep these water sources pure and unadulterated by human forces, and that she is reaching out to you to have you send your energies for this purpose, in maintaining this balance between these natural water springs and the land. And she did initially connect with you, or connect with your energy in the Hill of Tara while you were there, and didn't necessarily follow you home, but is wishing to connect with you for your assistance in helping to lend your energies, your intentions, to keeping the landscape pure and
okay.
in balance and in harmony with the natural forces in this region. So she is, you would say, a master water sprite.
Did I have her name correct? Shannon Dega?
I'm getting Shannon Deva.
Deva. So I think she was correcting my original hearing, because I heard Shannon, I thought I heard Shannon Dega, and I was like, Shannon Dega. And then I heard, well, to me it sounded like diva, but maybe it was Deva, and that was just her way to say, hey, it's diva, the way you understand it, just to get it in my mind, to help my consciousness to understand what I was getting. But that's really interesting, because I know that that happens a lot in my dreams. Different animals and trees and mountains and rocks will come and visit me, asking me for energy, for assistance with energy. And I recently had a dream where there were these elephants and a baby elephant, and they were along a riverside, and then they were kind of like running, like something scared them and they were running. And then as they were running on the other side, there were these 5 wolves. They were big gray wolves, and they were looking at me. And then I was walking back, and there were some kind of birds that I have no idea what these birds were. They just looked different and unusual, and I couldn't give you any kind of a species, but they were on the ground and kind of, I don't know, waddling, but not ducks. Anyway, I shortly after I had that dream, I read about 5 wolves that were being released into Colorado from Oregon. And then I kind of went, it kind of just went click in my mind that I think those wolves are like they didn't understand their change and they were just asking for like assistance for protection or something for where they're at. But that kind of popped in my head.
Okay, before I moved to that, I did get a visual from Shannon of like Celtic wells, like well water, but like the stone wells,
Okay.
that there are ancient wells in that region that where there are nature beings surrounding these wells, protecting them. But many of them perhaps no longer have the well casement, the stone casements
The stone around it. Yeah.
but they were used in more ancient times when this region was more active for ceremonial purposes, that these wells existed and that they were considered sacred sources of these water springs. And so connect into the well water, the spring-fed well water. This is part of what they are trying to protect as well, that it does not, that these sources do not become contaminated in the future
Okay.
by human forces. But let's see, for the wolves, all of the animals on your planet are seeking your assistance at this time to preserve their livelihoods, preserve their ways of being on the planet. They do not wish to be feared or hunted. They wish to be in a harmonious existence with humanity and are calling out to you because you are able to more readily connect with them in your dream time and have these recollections of these connections and able to share them with others, that you can hold the intentions for peace between the animal kingdom and humans, that visualize living in harmony with one another without fear, that you are all part of the same ecosystems on this planet, and that without one or the other of you, that things would become unbalanced. So set your intentions or your visualizations in your meditations of this restoration of balance between the animal kingdom and humanity, that all may live in peace and harmony, that all may be respected, that the animals are your brothers and sisters, as the native peoples recognized, that you all have a purpose for being here, to existing and acknowledging the right to exist on this planet, that hold your intentions for this as part of the new earth creation, as part of the new energies on the planet, this sense of peace and harmony amongst all living inhabitants, all conscious beings that reside on your plane of existence, that there is not the need for war amongst you, that is part of this old existence, this old thought process that you are releasing now.
Oh my gosh, is that what this pain in my head is? Letting go of that. Wow. Oh.
Let it flow through you. Send
Yeah,
it down to Gaia with love and forgiveness.
Thank you.
Just hold that, the love of the
I'm pretty good at moving
the
energy once I
micro,
know where it is and where it needs to go.
that the
It just
macrocosm
hit
is
me and
within
I was
the
like, ah.
microcosm.
What's that?
That's the microcosm exists within the macrocosm and vice versa, that everything is interconnected, all life is interconnected, and that there is cause and effect in everything that you do in your connection to nature and Gaia's inhabitants, that's just like you have the saying that heaven exists on earth, that what you experience in the microcosm of your lives has an effect on the macrocosm of all life in your existence.
Wow. Lots of beautiful things to learn and comprehend today. Thank you. Was there anything last minute stuff you wanted to give Susan? I felt like a lot of what you were giving me was for her as well, but maybe there was something more specific you wanted to tell her.
Continue to connect with us, for we are your family. As you are just starting to learn about us, that this is a recent understanding that has been given to your serpent connection. Continue to explore this and connect with us in your meditation time, and more shall be revealed with time.
Oh, beautiful. You know what? Another thing just popped in my head is like my team was like, don't forget to ask. So I was told to focus on 2 to 3 main beings to channel. Do you have any guidance as to who is saying, pick me, pick me?
Getting Shinara, Lord Fleta, and Sophia.
And Sophia.
At least
Well,
at this time.
Thank you, because those are 3 of the names that I actually had written down. Well, maybe not Lord Fleta, but definitely Sophia and Sheena Ra. I'll have to go back and check my notes, but okay, good. All right, team, you are getting through to me after all.
I have one question. Can I have one question?
Yes.
My question is about the sleep paralysis. It's like dreaming or waking up from your dream. What is that? I think it was like a sleep paralysis. So it's like you can't move your body, and it was like a numb. What does that mean, or what's that indicator?
These physical sensations are when you are returning to your bodies from your astral travels and connecting into your physical structures, that you may have these moments of feeling paralyzed or unable to move, but it is a reintegration of your energies back into the body. These sensations that you are feeling, it is nothing to fear. There is no, I guess, negative forces affecting these sensations. That it is just a reintegration of your own energies. The part of you that has been traveling astrally and its return and, I guess, reconnection with the physical body.
That makes sense. Yeah. Well, thank you.
You are
That's
welcome. If there is nothing
Marduk,
else, I
thank you
shall
so
go.
much for being with us today. We're very grateful for your time. We send you our love and light, and we're happy to be a part of the interconnectedness of our families.
Yes. And as the red serpent, I can assist with the expression of your passionate creations in the new year, that I can help fuel those passions, that I can help bring my energies to your growth and expansion in your creative self-expressions in the new year.
Wow, beautiful. Am I related to the red serpents? Is Joan?
all right.
We have so many interconnected lives, so I'm just wondering. Maybe Joan's blue.
Actually, I was just going to say that. Yes, Joan
I'm a rainbow
is
serpent, aren't I?
connected to, yes, the blue serpents that are part of our race. And yes, you do have some rainbow energy, but also a bit of the golden, like a rose gold, with some golden mixed with the rose. Very shiny, very glittery in energy.
That must be why I love all things glittery. If it sparkles, it's for me.
Yes.
Oh gosh. Well, thank you so much again. We love you.
Yes, much love
Thank
to
you.
you. I shall leave you with a blessing
Oh, thank you.
to spark greater passion in your lives, in the expansion of your hearts. Tosi kia tua ya tia ya sia katiwa sia ya tutu ya hiki ya tuki ya ite ya usukua ya tete ya ki tukua ya tete ya sita ya kuta ya tia kutua haizia ukua ya tia ukua ya sia kiti ya kutua ya tia hite ya kutu haiziki ya tukota ya kutu ya sika tukota ya de ya siki ya tia tuya Hazia kia o sakaita ya kuwa ya tia hazia kia ya tia kota ya hia sukutua ya tia tia ya katia hozia ya te o koa ya tia hazia ya kia te ya hia tu ko te ya tia kutu hazia kia tu ya haya sua ya tia hia kia hia hazia kia tua hi te ya hia tu kota ya Kia si kaya i tuku i tia ia tia uku ai tia hi kua. Kia si kia ia si taia tua hi tia siki tia ukua ti tukua. Let nothing hold you back. from the expression of who you truly are. My eyes are like super dry.
You have water there by you?
Looks like my eyeballs.
I know, but do
I
you
need
have
eye
water?
drops, but I
'Cause,
do
yeah.
have some, yeah.
And some water.
And of course, I did my share of belching as I'm as the purging continues of these energies. And then all of a sudden, like during the blessing, I was like, that pain just showed up in my stomach and it was like, "Ugh." And I was like, okay, I'm not holding on to that. I'm letting it go. Those old energies are leaving my body.
Yeah, it's cleaning house. That's what
Yeah,
I
I'll
just said.
say.
Yeah, so a few weeks ago I went to that group channeling event, and I was told that I have connections to the serpents, not just the dragons, which I wasn't aware of, and I hadn't up until tonight I hadn't explored that or hadn't tapped in with the holidays. I just
Yeah,
hadn't gotten around to like tapping into the serpents, or even had any knowledge of what serpents and what realms. And
right. Well, now we know sixth
now we know.
dimension.
I mean, I know we're connected to the the Sirian collective, and
Right.
have had other lifetimes, within Sirius, and I think mainly Sirius B. But yeah, so that was interesting. I've heard of Marduk, but isn't Marduk a planet? Is Marduk a
I
Yeah.
planet,
do
or
not
is Marduk?
know.
I have to research
Although
because
it
I've
did
heard of
remind me of that
Marduk.
big dog Marmaduke.
No, but I've heard of Marduk, like Marduk, and I'm trying to think if Marduk was part of the Anunnaki, which are serpent beings, or yeah, I'll have to research Marduk because I've heard of Marduk before, but
Although what's interesting is
not that it's maybe the same Marduk that
sometimes
I've heard of, but
when they talk about like what the serpents look like or like what the dragons look like, that like the serpents can be more like scary or like visually like we would be like, eh.
well, I
But
got the visual of like, yeah, like the red Chinese dragons that look
yeah,
more like serpents that have like the little hands and feet, close to the
right,
ground,
right,
and they don't have like the wings, but they look more serpent-like, and that's kind of the visual I've got, that yeah, that they have like, yeah, like some small hands and feet, but they're like close to the
right,
ground,
right,
and that
right.
there's but in their reality, I guess they're considered serpents, or that's considered serpents as opposed to
Dragon.
dragons. But yeah, I got the word cousin, like they're kind of like a cousin
Right.
to the dragons,
Brother of a different mother.
Yeah,
Like that.
yes, I got that. I remember
That was,
that
yeah, that
coming
was
through,
funny.
but yeah, so something new to explore.
So, Joan, you need to focus on your attraction point. Not where you are, but where you want to be. Tip of the
Oh
iceberg.
my.
Yeah.
That was cool. That was really cool information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds so
Now I'm
And here
yawning.
goes the
Now I'm
clearing
yawning. Yeah,
of the
to
energy.
release energy.
Yeah.
Now, did you want to channel tonight, or are you just not feeling up to it? I know you have other stuff you got to get done tonight.
Yeah, I
So
have other stuff I have to do. And I think all the channeling they were going to let me do is what I did with the light language in the beginning. I
yeah,
think that was the extent of
yeah,
it.
you
But I
came
did
through
think
with
there was
that.
another something that was interesting. David started talking when he was channeling his light language. He started to say something about the fear of going deeper, right? He said something about that. I'll have to go back and listen, but
rewatch, yeah.
but I literally, right before we got on this, I was trying to pinpoint what my fear is, and what I had written out was, you know, trying to get to the bottom of what some of my limiting beliefs are. And that it's interesting because I said, okay, what is my question? Like, what is my limiting belief that might be keeping me from like a deeper level of content in my channeling? And then what I ended up writing was, and this is interesting because I feel like it's like a plethora of lifetimes, right? And then he said something else. David said something else in his light language about, don't you have intuition? Don't you know things? And something else along that. And I was like, oh, wow, yeah. Okay, so this is what I ended up writing down for what I felt was this limiting belief. And I wrote down that when I channel, and maybe other people who are channelers or are working on channeling also have achieved or felt this way, right? I won't be believed. Now this one was interesting to me because I was like, where did that come from? But obviously past lives, right? That I'll be thought of as a heretic, that my visions and dreams will get me punished, ostracized, abandoned, judged, jailed, tortured, maimed, killed, heckled, made fun of, and then quote again, not believed. And so then I said, okay, so all of that ties into fear. And then what is this fear that I'm also trying to look at? Like, is it related to an unworthiness? And then I was using like the tapping technique, you know, the EFT tapping at the end of the hand, and you know, you kind of ask the question, you know, what are you afraid of? And then you just keep waiting to hear. And then if you don't know, you can say, you know, I unconditionally, this is kind of, William Michael Forms talks about this a lot if you listen to him. I'll be able to accept myself and love myself, even though I don't understand it. I will unconditionally accept and love myself, even though I don't understand it. And so then what came up was, setting all that other stuff aside, was a fear of going deeper. And what is, you know, what is the fear of going deeper? You know, that you don't want to get the full picture, you don't want to remember, you don't want to feel the pain, you don't want to feel the loss, you don't want to feel unworthy.
You're gonna be going deeper.
When you don't go deeper, then you can keep people at a distance. You don't have to understand your own heart. You don't have to understand, like, you know, the wars that you've been a part of, the you know, the aggressions that maybe you've had in past lives or current lives, that you don't have to face your fears, you know. So there's like all these things that it got brought up, and each question or each thing that I wrote down seemed to like tie into like something on a newer level. And so I was getting kind of all this consciousness, and I was like, oh, isn't it interesting that I'm going through this like purging with, you know, let's just call it a stomach bug, ladies and gentlemen. But, you know, it kind of had me vomiting, and I just was like, whoa, like this wave of energy like made me feel like I was like sick to my stomach, and I had to just lay down and like breathe, you know. I just needed to lay down and breathe to help it pass. And then I wasn't sure if I'd have to like get up and run to the bathroom to, you know, to toss my cookies. But it's interesting though that David's light language message channeled in like those things that literally right before we got together, I was kind of working through and thinking about, and kind of going through my process. And yeah, it's just, next level of depth, I guess, which we're going to be hitting next year. So, yeah. Are you on mute, Susan? You're on mute.
Oh, sorry. So I was looking up Marduk just now, and while you were talking, I was still listening.
Yeah,
But
of course.
and it's interesting. So Marduk was like he was like king of the gods of Mesopotamia, Babylon, and that he had a dragon-like creature in like drawings of him, had this dragon-like creature associated with him, and that he was a god from ancient Mesopotamia and patron deity of the city of Babylon, who eventually rose to power in the first millennium. It says in the city of Babylon, Marduk was worshipped in the temple Esagila. His symbol is a spade, and he is associated with the Meshusa, which is the is his servant dragon, Meshusa.
You know what? That's interesting too,
Which
because
is interesting,
my son has a relationship in a past life to Alexander the Great. And so he's coming here to clear a lot of that old karma.
Well,
And
I took like
and he was
ancient.
known as King of Mesopotamia.
Well, I have a connection because it also mentions this Assyria. So like when I started college, I took like ancient art history, and I wrote papers about, I went to the art museum, and I wrote a paper or papers about Mesopotamian and Assyrian like art and Sumerian art too. And so I always had this fascination with Mesopotamia, Sumeria, and stuff like that, and I was was attracted to ancient art, but from those regions specifically, and wrote college papers on art from there. So it's really interesting.
We leave ourselves clues, don't we?
Yes.
Then you can go back in hindsight and go, aha.
Listen to this. It says his parents were Enki, who's a serpent from the Anunnaki. His parents were Enki and Damalguna. I don't know who that is. And then he has siblings who, Damalguna is regarded as, it was a Mesopotamian goddess regarded as the wife of the god Enki, who's a serpent god. So very interesting, and that he had a servant dragon, but he was considered like king of the gods, like gods of creation and magic and stuff like that. The Mesusa, like there was drawings of this Mesusa, a dragon-like creature associated with Marduk from Mesopotamian mythology. But magic, creation,
it makes you kind of go, things that make you go, was it a myth? Was it?
And it lists who his consort was, who his siblings were. I don't recognize.
Wow.
And it says the Greek equivalent is Zeus, and the Roman equivalent is Jupiter. So something to explore. There's always new things to explore, right?